What's up, Team KVA? One Tech Traveler here. This is Last Shelter. Oh man, feeling rough. I stayed up pretty much most of the night to get that new first SX Hero drop out to you. So I hope you enjoyed it and watched it. If you haven't, check it out. It has a lot of good stuff to know about this first batch of heroes. We are kind of in the final hour of that hero pool, and I'm in an R-ing whether I should tap into the pool. And again, as long as you're not wasting away your super tickets on a day-to-day basis, or when it comes to like hero day, and as long as it's, you know, growing. For me, what I like to do in the first season, because I imagine this is a 12 hero drop, the first one, and there's only 24, and there's 24 SX heroes in total, which means that there will only be another second batch with the other 12 heroes. Kind of what I've done in season 3 and season 4 is actually just dip into the initial pool, and that kind of sets a precedent or just gives a foundation, maybe get something good to work with, maybe a complete waste of time. You can kind of see in that video what the worst of the bunch of that one was, which was Wanderer. There are like 5 others that are decent additions, and then 5 that are really great additions, and then the top pick being Death Rider. So I figured we're gonna chance it, and this will be just a good idea of how many tickets it's taken, what my end result is, whether that sort of backs up my theory or whether luck is on my side. We will see. In the end of the day, it is what it is. It is what it is. Yeah, let's give it a go, shall we? So again, my top picks, the first top 3, the Huntress, Scarlet Siren, Predator, are great pickups. Death Rider is going to be the top one in this draw. Organic will also be a great addition. Sven, considering I have Panther and Captain Ivanov, I would also like him as well, just to sort of help with force tiling and getting to the higher levels faster. So there are certain places for those. The other ones will be decent. Again, kind of trying to get no expectations on this, purely experimental. So let's try this, shall we? Let me just have a quick look at my, and then after I uploaded the SX video, it was like an hour before we had to take on the city. So I literally just like got out of bed, did what we need to do, and then get back to bed. So after this, I'm gonna go straight back to bed. But yeah, really excited. Let's get that done. So let me just quickly harvest, check these. All right, I know I'm just stalling, but yeah, I'm gonna commit to it, don't worry. All right, let's do this. So here we go. We're gonna see how many tickets it's gonna take and which hero we eventually get, and also just depending on the RNG, I'll try and make sure I stay to 1. It's always so tempting, but I want to keep a good set for the next hero batch. Here we go. It's been a while since I pulled tickets. As always purples in the first 10. I'm not going to pull the others because we're not on hero day, so let's just keep it going. Okay. Okay. Damn. We are approaching the 80 mark. Here we go. Damn! I knew it! I knew it! Honestly, I swear, when it comes to RNG, like, I knew it. It would take like 80 tickets, and it's going to give me like the worst one out of the bunch. Oh man, I told you that RNG, right? So, hey, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
But honestly, I'm telling you, man, I knew it. Oh, you know what? I'm just gonna keep going, man.
You can do it! You can do it! You can do it!
I don't care. Kind of want to saving grace, see if we'll balance it. Come on, come on. Honestly, if I get duplicate of Wanderer, oh my days, I'm gonna. Alright, so it's 50 tickets so far. You can see that bar's going really slow now. 60. Come on. Oh my god, look at that. We're already at 80 again. Yes! Alright. Damn, so finally got Death Rider. The top draw. So honestly, this is hilarious. It's like, from my video, we got the worst of the pack, and then we got the best of the rest. So it's just two extremes. And to be honest, obviously, I didn't want to use that many tickets, but I thought, oh, come on, man. With all of the sort of the bad luck that happens, then it always converts to some kind of like good luck. So I just persevered. And to be honest, I'm really happy with that. I was just like, I'm gonna R-ing. One was like, I just didn't want Wanderer. And again, so in terms of what you see here, I had 280 tickets. So I've used 170, which put it at 85. So the RNG isn't great. It's more than the average. And to be honest, this is kind of the number of tickets it takes for me in these seasonal recruitments. So again, there's some people that have really good luck. That's within like the 10, between 10 and 50. I had a friend that pulled Wanderer in 10 tickets. So I was like, at least they saved tickets versus what I did. But again, getting Death Rider, really awesome. I'm very happy with that. And again, it kind of sets a precedent going forward, because now then I can look to go to pools where Death Rider is. I can sort of look him. But of course, it's always about the group quality rating and seeing the chances. And even though he appears in drops, seeing whether that is actually worth it based on the quality pairing of all the other heroes that they put in there. But Death Rider. But yeah, so 170 tickets, 85 per SX hero. And yeah, you know, I honestly wasn't sure how it would turn out. The pairings of the others would have been great, but honestly, I'm very happy with Death Rider. Let's have a look at them, shall we? My first SX heroes. So funny. I honestly just had a feeling out of all of that was going to happen with the amount of tickets I was going to put Wanderer. But to be honest, now that I've done it, it's like, you're just not afraid, right? You just like go all in, because you've had the worst. How worse can it get? And to be honest, my mind was like, there's a small probability I would get a duplicate of the Wanderer, and I was like, oh my days. But having said that, Death Rider. So check out my SX hero drop, where you can just get a bit more understanding about this group, and in particular how I kind of just did an overview commentary on them. I'm also going to be doing a dedicated SX hero video on these, and because there's so many, I'm planning to do them in pairs of 2, so I can kind of go a bit more specific in their skill set, and just makes it more digestible, so the videos aren't crazy long, because you can imagine there's 24, it's nuts. So actually, since the last Shelter devs released heroes, the new SX heroes in pairs, like 2 were Prophet and Huntress, and then you had Wrath and Tracker or Predator, Canoness with Gluttony. You can kind of see, so I kind of like that pairing approach. But again, a quick talk with Death Rider. I mentioned he's very consistent. His 60% chance, he is kind of like the evolution of Captain Ivanov in S2. And again, that really high glass cannon, even with Countdown as well, those were the pre-SX back row heroes. You didn't have many options for the back row when it came to seasonal for vehicle heroes. So Death Rider is like, I'm really happy that I've got the full foray of the back, and going into the next batch, you know, hoping that we, you know, there are some ones that I can now focus on to kind of flesh out those heroes and chance it basically. But his skill 2 was a 6% chance to deal 226, very high, so it's gonna trigger very often, and the damage is decent. It's something that you can do over time. You can see here's a back row with his skill 5 range, his awakening. He's also very interesting, and why I had my eye on him, because he's the only hero across the entire roster who has a specific addition to demolition power, and him is 300, which is a very high amount, good for capturing checkpoints in Eden, cities, gates, reducing the durability down quicker. And he also has that 20% increased vehicle might, so he's a great combat glass cannon for vehicles. His skill 8, which again is he's another great option to have alongside those pre-SX glass cannons of Captain Ivanov and Countdown. His clarity status, like Farsian S3, is great because it just gives him full immunity of any kind of counters, silence, disarm, suppression, confusion, just for the entire battle. And it's a status skill, so it cannot be negated, and it's also, because it's not a combat skill, it doesn't need to wait for a trigger activation. This is just straight up since the beginning. And then having a 6% might increase is useful. You would unlock, because he's the back row, you would just want to unlock the skill 8 as soon as you get a second copy of him. But that 60% might increase is already going to be a super big help, and his 30% additional damage as well. So his basic troop attack is going to be extremely high, and then from the 30% additional damage for his combat skill, his Headhunter skill 5 ability has that 1 turn prep 40% chance, so it's going to trigger a decent amount of times. That 1 turn prep takes a little bit longer, so at max it's going to trigger 4 times in a turn 8 battle. We get good damage numbers, just under 600% damage for one enemy squad in the range. Again, a very good 60% chance to deal 310% to the back row squad. That's going to make them suppressed for 1 turn, which is a great, you know, full counter for troop attacks and damage. So that is Death Rider. So honestly, best of the rest, worst of the pack. Really interesting, and I just find it absolutely hilarious, but hopefully it gives you a good idea. And because I pulled Death Rider, then I'm honestly very happy, actually, just overlooking the fact I got Wanderer. Yeah, I don't really mind at all. I'm actually very happy with this. So I'm glad that I pulled the 2 and it sort of paid off. Again, I mentioned this group is a very high risk, but also very high reward if you decide to chance it. Yeah, that about wraps up the first SX hero drop. What do you think in the comments down below? Again, you know, enjoy the game how you like, and just your thought process with your super tickets. It, again, took me a while because we were actually in Legendary for ages, for months, which meant that we were trying to get down into Gold Division, and naturally we just lost a lot of Clash of Zone events to build those tickets. Finally made it down to Gold Division in Clash of Zones, which means we are hopefully going to be able to accelerate our super tickets much quicker over the duration I had previously. So I honestly don't mind, and again, I'm just glad my RNG showed the best and the worst, but got that top draw hero in what I needed. And yeah, that's it. If you've made it through to the end, give it a big thumbs up, and shout out in the comments whether you decided to also drop your tickets in the initial SX hero drop, which heroes you got and how many tickets it took. Always a lot of fun to see, and hopefully your luck played out. If not, no worries, there's always another time. I'm really publishing a lot of my content and work within Last Shelter and just across tech, travel and gear on my website, so check out the articles and guides as well as other stuff that you might be interested at onetechtraveler.com, and join the Team KBA community by subscribing to my YouTube channel if you haven't yet already. See you in the next one, but until then, keep being awesome. Peace.